All right, so we are recording. Welcome to the Monday call, everybody. Tonight, we are going to be talking to Chelsea about a simple system to share coaching with people. But first, I wanted to start with some recognition, like I always like to do before we get into everything else. So I want to congratulate several people. I apologize for not having the list of these people yet, but I've kind of been on opportunity calls back to back like the last week. So I want to announce, first of all the Success Club rock stars from September and our coach of the month from September, which will be posted in the group this week. So yay for everybody. I will post everyone, like I said, in the group this week. I also wanted to congratulate Casey, who isn't on the call, but she sold her first challenge pack this past week. Also want to shout out to Chelsea for killing her posts on Facebook with our Operation 100 Plus coaches that we're doing. And also everyone else that was in that too. They really did great. But Chelsea, I texted her this earlier today, but I loved her post that she did today. If you guys didn't see it this morning about her being at home with her extra large cup of coffee and being able to work in her pajamas and how she just loves that she's able to do that as a coach. So that was like a perfect example of what this opportunity enables us to live. So also I want to shout out to Ashley for killing all of her tag team posts this past week. I know Melanie's been doing that too, and Trisha and Rochelle. So you guys are also rocking it. So yes, everyone is doing awesome. So yeah, sorry, brain fart. I'm doing the 3-day cleanse right now, so all my brain cells are not here. So that's the recognition for tonight. I want to go through some quick updates. This is going to be a lot of information, but it's the beginning of the month, so I just want to make sure I go through everything with you guys. Y'all know that P90 is our challenge pack that's on sale this month on special. So that is, I'm probably going to, I want to say it's 140, but it might be 160. I can't believe I don't remember right now, but I don't. I'm pretty sure it's 140. Someone correct me, please, if I'm wrong in the chat box. Trisha's shaking her head no. Is it 160? Yes. Okay. It's 160. Sorry, guys. That's the special for this month, P90. It's a great beginners fitness group, or I'm sorry, a great beginners workout for people that have never worked out before. We are going to be planning a group to start that together. Melissa and I are working on that and some others as well. We're going to start on October 20th. So Trisha said, I'm pretty sure it's 160. I kind of thought that. That's what I had in my notes, but for some reason I wanted to say 140. So yes, thank you. Let's say 160. So October 20th, we'll all be starting that. Melissa and I are going to put together the posts for everybody to use. We're going to be doing that tomorrow night. So we'll post that in the group when we're done. Also, you guys saw that I uploaded the calendar for all of our challenge dates and all of our upcoming groups for October. So this week will be the Clean Eating Challenge. Next week, 4-Day Shakeology. And the week after that, like I said, we'll be doing the Beginners Test Group. It won't be just for people that want to do P90. It'll be for anyone that wants to do any workout. But P90 is obviously what we'll be talking about for people, you know, if they want a beginner's workout. But there's many other workouts that they could do too, like PiYo or whatever. And then we did start New Coach Bootcamp today. We will also start another one in 2 weeks. And then our Coaching at a Glance group, I'll post more about that tomorrow, but that's going to be every other week as well. And then training group wise, like I said, we have boot camp that started today. We'll have an Emerald training that will start for all of the graduates from Boot Camp 2.0 or anyone that has already done Boot Camp 1.0 and 2.0 that wants a refresh. You can jump in on our Emerald group. I think I'm going to start it on Wednesday of this week. And then lastly, with training groups, before I hand it over to Chelsea, our next Diamond Mastermind group, which to participate in that group, you have to be an Emerald coach. And this is actually a training group that my upline, Lindsay Caterino, hosts. The application process for that will start on October 15th. So that's next week, and it will end on October 18th. So if you want to join in on that, you do have to be Emerald, like I said, to qualify. Emerald is super, super simple to do. And I think after this call tonight, you guys will probably have some clarification on how to make Emerald happen. But let us know if you want to join in on that. That group has developed a lot of diamonds out of it, and I know that you guys will love it. So let us know if you'd like to join in on that. So those are just my updates. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to type them in the chat box, anything about what I just said. But for the sake of time, since this thing ends on us if we don't finish by a certain amount of time, I do want to hand it over to Chelsea. But before she talks, I do just want to say Chelsea has been a coach for, I think, 2 months now, Chelsea? 3 months at the most. I think it's 2 months. But Chelsea came in and she was super excited about this from day one. She is like the most excited person ever about this opportunity, and she's going out and sharing it with the world. And I know that she's doing a lot of sharing because we text message almost all day, every day with questions and stuff that she has, which is awesome because I know that means she's going out there and sharing her love for the business and helping a lot of people. And Chelsea has been able to do a lot within just the past few weeks. She's like more than halfway to diamond now. I think she only needs a couple more coaches, and that's happened in just a couple months. So that's why I wanted to get Chelsea to come on and talk tonight. Not that all of you guys aren't awesome, but she's just someone that I have seen really having a lot of success with this lately. So I wanted her to come on and share her tips because I know you guys probably get sick of hearing what I have to say by now. So with all of that being said, that was my long intro, and I'm going to mute myself out and hand it over to Chelsea. Let me unmute you real quick, girl. Okay, so you're unmuted and I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Am I good?
Yes, You're good. Yeah. You're good to go.
You're still talking though. I can still hear you. Okay, you're good. I just want to start off by saying that I'm honored that Jess asked me to speak tonight. I do get a little nervous on these calls when I have to talk in front of a whole group, but I hope that what I say really helps your business. I think that I've been a coach now for, I think it's like 3 months, almost 3 months. And since I started, I just want the life that I believe that I can have from this. I want Jessica's life. I want Lindsay's life. I want, that's what I want. I'm a nurse, as Yashira knows, and I don't want to be a nurse the rest of my life. I don't want to go to work and, have to run around on my feet all day, picking people up, wiping ass. There's other things that I think I'm really passionate about in life, and coaching is one of them. So I'm just going to go over recently what I've done. I feel like I've had a spark in me lately. I recently started Lindsay Caterino's diamond training, and we're on day 15 now. And it's just been amazing. Like she says, if you ever make it to her, or when you make it to her diamond training, it happens quickly. So you'll start inviting people in spurts, and then it'll just happen, and it'll be amazing. But so with her diamond training, first we were told to make a dream team list, which I kind of already had from Jess in the Rise to Diamond group that we're already in, but I doubled it. I doubled my dream team list for Lindsay's diamond training sake. And basically every single day for the last week, I've sent out at least 5 to 10 invitations a day. Before this, I was sending out direct invitations for the newer coaches. If you probably haven't, gotten into the Dropbox that in detail, but there's, a direct and an indirect invitation. And normally I would always send out direct invitations, just, hey, I think that you would make a great coach for this and that reason. I've always admired you. I think you're passionate about this and that. Have you ever considered coaching? Most people that I talked to said no, or said, well, what the hell is that? I didn't give them a resource to look at They had no idea what it was. They had no idea what we do, which, you know, a lot of people that I send indirect invitations to also don't know. But the direct invitation, I didn't really have much success with that. I did have a couple people from challenge groups. When I asked them directly after the challenge groups, that was, you know, they saw what I did for the challenge group and what coaching entailed, at least a little bit. And I did have some success in that aspect. But recently I sent out Jess's Life by Design as a coach video that she posted for me. And I basically just copy and pasted the exact indirect invitation that she posted in the Rise to Diamond group, or it might even be the Operation 100 coaches group. I took her video, the link to the video, and I just sent out, I think one day I sent out 20 indirect invitations to the video. Hey, I know you're super busy, but do you have a minute? You know, I really admire your personality or your relationship that you have with people, or whatever it is that I admire about them, or I admire what you do. And, you know, my mentor made a video about coaching to teach new coaches more about our business. You know, if I send it to you, would you take a peek? Not one person said no. No one will ever be like, no, I'm not going to watch your video. Maybe they won't respond. I also haven't had that occur yet. Mostly everyone that I've sent this indirect invitation to responded, at least with, sure, you know, I'll take a look to the video. And then after that, they say yes. They watch the video, and after that, I usually say, and you'll learn this from Eric Worre's GoPro book, once you've read that, if you haven't already. I learned a lot from that book. He always says never to ask, so what did you think? Because that just leaves room for negativity, or they'll give their real opinion that you might not even want. I always say, what was your favorite part? Or tell me what you like most about the video. I never say, what did you think? Because that's too open. That's too broad. I say, what was your favorite part? A lot of them did say that their favorite part was Jess's cat. But after that, we got through it and we went over the real favorite part. But that's a big key to how I follow up. I always follow up with every single person. Even I think I have had about 5 people who haven't responded, but as you can see in the Facebook Messenger, like they haven't read it yet. I have come across that a lot of people aren't downloading the Facebook Messenger recently because of privacy issues and that sort of thing. So I give them a little bit of time, but I usually always follow up no matter what. But so after that, I always say, well, what's your favorite part? And they'll say, oh, you know, whatever they say. Oh, it sounds really great. It's very enticing. Health and fitness has always been a huge part of my life. You know, I've always considered it, but I don't really know what you do. You know, they all have hesitations. They all have questions, like we all did. I said no to Jess about 12 times before I finally signed up as a coach, and now it's my passion. But from there, I always said to every single person after they told me their favorite part, I ask, so do you know anyone that would be interested in coaching? Or have you ever considered coaching before? I say that whole thing. Do you know anyone, or have you ever considered it? Not either or. I ask both. Either they say, yes, you know, maybe I've considered it. What do you do? And then you go from there. Or they say, yeah, I actually had one girl say to me today that she knows someone that would be a great coach, but she doesn't think she would. And she's like, let me tell you all about her. And that was the first time I ever had that experience. And that was actually kind of great. It's better than a no. It's better than a no, I don't want to be a coach and I don't know anyone. Sorry. So after that, you know, sometimes I've had a few people that when I ask, you know, what did you think of it? Or have you ever considered coaching? They stopped responding, and I saw that they read the message because I'm a stalker. And that was Saturday, and today I followed up with them. So, hey, you know, how was your weekend? I never start out right with a Beachbody related question, just because they probably won't answer. You know, you want to get personal with them. It's about relationship, not about the business. And so I'll go to their Facebook page, see what they did this weekend, and be like, hey, you know, I see that you went to a wedding. You look great this weekend. How was it? Or, hey, what did you do this weekend? How was your weekend? And then they always usually say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your last message, even though I know they did. And then I go from there, like, hey, by the way, did you see my last message? But basically, once it gets to the point where they're like, oh, maybe I am interested, or even if they're not, you know, if they're coming up with an objection, oh, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I'm not good at that sort of thing, I'm not a health and health and nutrition freak like you. I could never be a coach. I really could not have succeeded as well as I did without Jess. I literally text her all day, every day. This person said this. This person came up with this objection. What do I say? Don't be afraid to use your mentor, because hopefully she doesn't want to kill me. But if you text me, I'll try to work with you as well. But I really do use Jess as a huge resource of mine. The Dropbox gets me so far, but there's always going to be an objection or a response that I don't really know how to answer. So I'll always be like, Jess, they said this, what should I say? And then she literally always works with me through the entire thing. So she'll probably hate me, but just feel free to text her anytime you need a response. From there, I usually set up a 3-way call with them. If they say, obviously first I always offer the Coaching at a Glance group. I've had a lot of people in that and they don't really participate, but they'll be like, sure, add me. And then I always follow up with them like, hey, did you see the first post? Did you see the first video? Or what did you think of the Glance group? This and that. Usually everyone always has more questions. They're always hesitant because they don't really know what it's about still. Totally normal. But from there, I always offer a 3-way call. Like, hey, I'd love to introduce you to my mentor, Jess, the one in the video. And she would be able to answer any and every question that you possibly have, like when is good for you. And I always set up a 3-way, and so it's usually always pretty successful. That is pretty much everything that I do. I start with my dream team list. I send out indirect or direct invitations. For me, indirect has been working a lot better. It's less invasive and they don't really know, like, hey, this girl's attacking me. She wants me to be a Beachbody coach. Then, I use Jess to go over my responses. I set up a 3-way, and then like right now I have 3 people that, financially can't sign up by today, which was our training group. And there's another one that starts on the 20th. So right now I have 3 people that are telling me they're going to sign up and start the training group on the 20th. But I always make sure that I follow up. I always make sure to use like, hey, I know that we talked about it before. There is a deadline, you'd have to sign up by this date because our next training group is this date, and that sort of thing. So I will follow up with them probably next week when it's a week away for the training, and just make sure that, they're still responding, they're still interested, and they still want to sign up. But other than that, I've just been inviting like crazy. Don't be afraid to invite. I feel like there was a short period of time where I was more concerned before this diamond training started, that I was more concerned with, challenge packs and hosting my challenge groups. And that's great because I can hit Success Club, and, I love seeing people's results from the 21-day fix. And I love hosting the challenges because it's easy and I just love motivating people. But at the same time, recently with this diamond training, I've just realized that it's all about recruiting and building your team and, becoming more successful. So I've been watching a lot of videos that Jess posts. I'm about to finish closing the art of the sale, or the art of closing the sale. And that's really all that I do, or that I have been doing to be where I am today.
Yay, you did awesome.
Thank you.
What are the tools that are in the Dropbox that you have found most helpful?
All of them. Let's see what I use the most. Besides, I definitely always go back to like the sample invite conversation. Even if it's for coaching or for a challenge pack, I like to use those steps a lot. Like, hey, we recommend that when you sign up as a coach that you, only 10 minutes, that you sign up for a challenge pack because your coach fee is waived and you get the discount, blah, blah, blah. So the sample invite conversation, definitely the direct and indirect invitations are most useful. I do use stories. That's a big thing that I forgot to mention. When people come up with objections for me, I always share a story first, like, oh, you don't have time. Oh, did I ever tell you about Jess, the one in the video who used to work 80 hours and now look at her, she retired her job and blah, blah, blah. So the stories Recently, I've used a lot of the objection, what to say to objections that you recently post. I've been using that a lot as well.
Awesome. And those, if you guys are wondering, are in the sharing the business opportunity folder. The sample invite conversation is in the how to lead a challenge folder in our Dropbox. And if you need access to our team Dropbox, the login information is pinned as a post to the top of the Team Fit and Faithful page. So we have 8 minutes left. Let me real quick, I'm going to open it up to see if anyone has questions, but I want to give you guys a few things that you can do as action items on what to do to be able to see the same kind of results that Chelsea has seen. So it's really just 3 things. Number 1, making your list, just the list of people that you think would make great coaches or that you could share the indirect invite with. So it can be really anybody. Number 2, you can send out my video. The link for that video is also in the sharing the business opportunity folder, the first document in that folder. And then number 3, set up a 3-way call with your sponsor to help them get signed up. And just a closing quote that I really liked, because I know for me, I used to be terrified to talk to people about the coaching opportunity. And now it's like, I just tell everybody about it. So I really like this quote because it was about fear. It's by Bill Cosby, and it says, decide that you want it more than you are afraid of it. And that really is what it comes down to. So now I will open it up for questions. If you guys, sorry, Rochelle asked a question in the box. What's the 3-way usually? Phone call, Skype, Messenger. We usually do it on phone calls. I've done messages before on Facebook with Stephanie and Whitney, and we've closed people that way too. I think phone calls are probably the most effective. Video calls definitely could work too. I just haven't done those yet. If anyone else has any questions, we still have 7 minutes on here before it cuts us off. So feel free to type them in the box. And if you guys do have questions that we need to talk about that take longer than 7 minutes, we can open up a new meeting. I just have to end this one. But we do have 7 minutes and counting. So type any questions you have in the chat box. Or if you just want to say anything, let me know and I can unmute you. What's the most common objection you get when you're inviting? I can let Chelsea answer this too, but for me, it's definitely time or money. There's a lot of other ones I get too, but I think those are the 2 most common.
I agree. Those are definitely always the most common.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other things that people will say too, like, I'm not where I want to be yet. With my own health and fitness goals, or I'm trying to think. Some people are worried like that they're not going to know what to do, which is when I tell them, about the training that we have. But there's stories to answer all of those objections. The most common ones, I put together a document, and that's also in the sharing the business opportunity folder. And there's stories to share, stories from people that are on our team that had those objections at first too. And you can use those stories to share with your prospects. Melanie said money is the biggest objection. Yeah. Usually when I get the money objection, I'll just share a story with them of someone else that was feeling the same way and how they overcame it and what coaching has done for them financially and how it's helped them. And that's really kind of helped me a lot. And just following up with them, because not everyone's going to say yes. Like Chelsea said, she told me no like 12 times. And I think everyone else that's one of my coaches, personally sponsored, that's on the call, you guys probably all told me no many times. And so it's normal. It takes time. As long as you're sharing the stories when you get the objections and continuing to follow up with people and building relationships, that's the biggest thing. Like one thing that I do, I have to add this to my business activity tracker so I don't forget to do it. But I follow up with all of my coach prospects every single month just to let them know about our next boot camp training that's coming up, just to say like, hey, I know we talked about this before. Our next boot camp's coming up. I totally understand if right now isn't a good time, like no worries, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop because I care about you and, want to help you get started when you're ready. But then I also, of course, follow up with them too throughout the month just to see how they're doing and see how life is going. Anything else you guys can think of, or anything you want to say, share? We got 4 minutes and counting. All right, guys. Well, if everybody is good, then I will let everyone go enjoy their night. Thank you, Chelsea, again for talking. You did freaking awesome, and your tips were awesome, and I know it's going to help the whole team out. So if you guys think of any questions later on, feel free to post in the team page. And I will also post this recording of this call by tomorrow morning for everyone to have. So that's all I got from you guys. Chelsea, you got anything else?
Nope. Everyone go and invite at least 10 people tomorrow and rock it.
Yes, you'll kill it. So, okay, guys, thanks for coming on, everybody. I hope all of you have a great night. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.